beautiful people? Welcome back to another music reaction. So obviously long time no see, which I feel I've been saying that in the beginning of one of my new videos. But guys, we're gonna get it together. So sorry. Finals, dance, competitions, just a lot. I fell off, but we're hopping back on. Okay, yes. Now, if you're new here and you don't know me, hi, my name's Angel. I love to watch movies, I love to listen to music, and I like to vlog. I have 2 separate channels, okay? Technically 3. Three. This channel, then I have a new channel which will be just for the movie reactions and TV shows. This one's just the music channel. And then I have one that's meant for vlogging and lifestyle type content. Yeah, so links to all of that will be in the description if you're interested, of course. Now, guys, let's get into what we're actually here for. I am reacting to Sleep Token. I've actually only heard 2 of their songs, which so happen to be on this album. The Summoning and Chokehold. Yeah, so besides those 2, everything is completely new to me. Also, sorry if it's like echoey in here. I'm sure you can probably tell by the boxes that are behind me. I have moved, so we are unpacking and decorating this room. I have a content room now, guys. Yes! Anyways, that is enough talking, so let's hop into the reaction. Okay, album, Take Me Back to Eden. 12 songs, an hour and 3 minutes. You know, I realized I never actually read the lyrics. I don't actually know what they fully say in this song. I just kind of be singing the chorus. So. I really like his voice. Like, I don't know, it's something about it that's just, I don't know, it feels gravelly, but like smooth at the same time. I love that. Ugh. Sorry. Wow. Okay. Right. Let me pay attention. The little breakdowns and stuff that they be doing. Only heard 2 songs, but like the choices they make. You got me in love. Ooh, the background, they're higher than that, but like, yeah. Ooh, I love a good guitar. You guys can't see it, but I already have goosies. I'm also a little cold though, so that could be a part of it. I like his pronunciations, like how he changes it up. I don't know, something about the way that the pronunciations go. I feel like it really adds. Like when he says like accident, he says accident. Wow. So we're in a toxic relationship. That's how you know I wasn't paying attention. I did not know this. Y'all, I was just vibing. No, because when he's like, I come as a blade, a sacred guardian, so you keep me sharp and test my worth in blood. That, yeah. They chewed. I realized they really like to use their like instrumental to their advantage. There's not like a lot of lyrics actually. The pauses that they take, I don't know, it feels like you take everything in. Like, yes, it's like the instrumental is so good, but you're also like, wow. Did you hear what he said? You know? Oh, The Summoning. This is actually the first song that I ever heard by them because it went like crazy on TikTok. It was the breakdown that went like crazy on TikTok. I remember. I was like, oh, and it's, oh, and my love. And I was like, ooh, they ate. Who is that? And I go listen to the song. It starts off like this. Nobody told me nothing. yeah. The sky above me, up below. Are they considered, whoa. Are they considered a metal band? Or just like rock, or like what? Ah, rock. Oh, this guitar. So good. Also, my computer's down here. I didn't want to put it up on the stand because then it's like, so that's what I keep looking at. Is this whole album gonna be like going through the stages of like a toxic relationship? Making my assumptions now. Because at the end of the, because at the end of the song, I know he's like, you know, oh my love, did I mistake it for a sign from God? That whole part. Is it like, this is like when he's like, oh, like, yes, like I want you so bad, like be mine, and then like we keep going? Or I think I'm digging too deep too quick. Did I mistake you for a sign from God? Or are you really here to cut me off? Or maybe just to turn me on? All right, we're getting to the songs I've never heard before. Okay, Granite. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, sorry. I wasn't prepared for it to sound like that. Once again, getting that toxic relationship feel again. Like, don't want to talk about it. Like granite in your chest, like your heart's heavy and stuff. Sorry. Ooh. No, this is. Yeah, this song is eating. Well, I was more than just a body in your passenger seat, and you were more than just somebody I was destined to meet. Sorry, I don't know why I'm rapping it like Hamilton. Anyways, their switches are insane. Like, what? Okay, so between the secondhand smoke and the glass on the street, right? Like a car accident? Hold on. Gotta make connections. Ooh, yeah. You gave me nothing whatsoever but a reason to leave. I love how easy it is to catch on. Love it. Ooh, come on. You better hold out the last note. Okay, hold on, pause before we get to the next one. But okay, between the secondhand smoke and the glass on the street, it's like giving car accident. So like a relationship that's like toxic, as we've already kind of stated. But like, I think like we're also kind of talking about like gaslighting and things like that too in here. I was more than just a body in your passenger seat, and you were more than just somebody I was destined to meet. Like, yes, you could just take those at face value, but you could also take them as like an angry lover type of thing. You know, like being like, oh, like, if someone looks you in your face and goes, oh, well, like, you know, you were just like this person that I met. Excuse me? You know? Like, it kind of feels like that, too. I don't know, but I really like that song. Mwah. Chef's kiss. They're eating. And I'm not getting bored. I know we're only like 4 songs in, but sometimes the songs can like start sounding repetitive immediately, you know? Okay, blood trail has been like a reoccurring kind of metaphor. I'm guessing it's a metaphor since it's reoccurring. What does that mean? A mixture of concentrated nitric and hydrochloric acids. It is a highly corrosive liquid that will dissolve gold and other resistant substances. Ooh. Why is this actually so good? Oh. I'm mad that I haven't listened to them earlier. This feels like a very like coming of self kind of song. I like that one too. Okay, let's do some small dissection, which I've been doing with every song. But this one is kind of giving, okay, so like this first verse, right? Like he's saying his love is like an animal call, broken teeth and a broken jaw, blood trail type of thing. Like it's giving like a gritty, hard kind of love, like not like a cutesy, ooh, 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 I like, you know what I mean? Like like feral. There we go. Like a feral, like untamed kind of love. Like that's what it's kind of giving, that he's kind of like oh my gosh, painting the picture of. And he says he's like a circuit board, integrated hardware you cannot afford. So kind of like also thinks highly of himself as well. If I'm like going off this whole thing, if it's like talking about toxic relationships and stuff, this one's giving like he knows he shouldn't, but he still does kind of vibe, right? So like he's saying like he's like ferally in love. Like that's what happens when he's in love. He's very feral, right? And like oxytocin, what else does he say? Like, oh, like oxytocin when he's saying the sugar on the blood cells, carbon on the brain, right? So it kind of gives like love on the brain, Rihanna type thing, right? So when she's like, must be love on the brain that's got me feeling this way, right? And she's like, you beat me black and blue, but like she's still there, right? So it's kind of giving that same vibe. Like he knows he's not in his right mindset and he's still there. Right. And then the gold rush, acid flux, I feel like that's just going back to the whole Aqua Regia thing that he said. Regia? Oh my goodness. But you know, we already said what that is. I'll put it back up here if you forgot. But yeah, and it's giving at the end he gives up and he's like, you know what, well, not gives up but gives in type of thing, I think. Okay, next song, Vore. Oh wow, okay. Does this not fall under the category of metal? Is this sung by the same person at the beginning? Oh. This song is really kind of upsetting.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Let's go falsetto. Yeah. You know what? Usually I'm not a huge fan of like the like yell, if that makes sense. But you know what? They kind of ate. And it's so funny that I'm like, usually I'm not a fan of the yell. If y'all heard some of the songs that are on my daggone, man, next. Okay, so this song, hear me out, I may be in left field, but this is kind of how I'm interpreting it in my head, right? So I looked up kind of what Vore meant, obviously. What's going on? What does Vore mean? It's basically like a kind of sexual fetish slash fantasy of like devouring. But in this sense, I'm not sure that they mean it in that way, right? So I'm guessing like when it comes to having that kind of like fantasy, it can probably be really, really, I don't know how to explain that part, so I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. What the song sounds like to me is like an unbalanced kind of love type of thing. So like, for instance, wanting to have the person for yourself for once, so it's giving like maybe unrequited love, or a love where like you love the person way more than they love you type of thing. And it's like the saying like, my only need, welcome me in. So it's like wanting somebody to like take you into their arms and like, you know, be with you, want you the same way you want them type of thing. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting, but at the same time I could be so far off. Who knows? Who knows? Oh wow, I wasn't expecting a piano. This is like a long song. It's 7 minutes long. The summoning is 6 minutes and 35 seconds actually. They don't feel that long, huh? Oh my gosh, it's giving ballad. I was not prepared for a ballad. I'm gonna move you guys down. I was not expecting like a ballad. I know it's gonna change, but yeah, like this is nice. Dude. Sorry, that just like threw me for a loop. What? Do they do this a lot? Like they be switching in and out of different kind of like genres, almost like what's right? Ooh. Oh, that was so good. What? I think they break it up, y'all. I think this is like the official. I didn't mean to pause it. I'm getting used to these headphones, sorry guys. But it's giving breakup. Yeah. That's insane. That's insane. They're really good with storytelling. Yeah. I feel like it has been super hard to like understand the story that they're telling. Although I'm interpreting it in my own way, of course. So I could be completely wrong. But you can get something from it. Even if I might not be like right on the target of what they wanted, I'm sure at least one thing I said had to be right? They gotta be breaking up. Like, no way. Like this is I'm breaking up and I'm like leveling up in a way. Like Ascension, you know? Yes, he's leaving. I'm right. Ooh, the shaky breath. Okay, so I found a person like talking about their interpretation of the song, because you know how I was saying like it's feeling like a breakup, like he's leaving. They thought the same thing, but the way that they broke it down and like how they understood it, I like it, so I want to share it. So basically they were like, it's taking you through the different parts of the breakup. So like 5 parts. The first part is like the initial feeling of sadness and seeing the person that you loved is different from what like who you thought they were. And they're like, that's the beginning, that's the piano intro, like the instrumental makes sense in it too. Oh, they ate with this, they ate with this. Then the second part, when he starts doing the rapping, it's the feeling of wanting that person back. Yeah, and she was like, or they, I don't know who this is, they were like reminiscing on kind of like the past that you guys had together. third part, when the guitars and drums come in, is anger. Oh my gosh, duh. But the anger that you feel towards the person, and you can't really like put it into words. You're just mad. You're just mad. And the fourth part would be the second piano section, obviously. And it's the feeling like, you know, you're better off without them, and you're hyping yourself up because like you're gonna get through it, you're gonna persevere. And the last part is just like breaking down, feeling everything all at once kind of. And you start to really feel what the person's done to you and how, you know, all that kind of takes a toll. But I think they ate with that. Yeah, they ate with that one. Going deeper into it like that and like including the instrumental. Yeah, they ate. Okay, next song. They're really taking me for like loops with these different instrumentals. I wasn't expecting such a range from them. I was expecting to kind of hear the same thing over and over. Not that that's a bad thing. I just feel like that's usually what happens with most artists. You kind of hear the same thing over and over, just small little tweaks, but I feel like they do a really good job at making me feel like I'm really listening to a different song each time, and I like that. Ooh, I was expecting like a hard drop. This is pretty. Ooh, is it like, are you really okay? As in like, how can you be okay when I'm feeling like this type of moment? Once again, could be reading into it, could be reading into it. Try not to cry. There's always one song, isn't there? Yeah, that might do it. Hold on. The song took a turn. It's not what I thought it was. Well, at least what I was initially thinking. Right. I did this to myself. Nobody even requested this. Like, I did this to myself. You've gotta be kidding me. Like, what? Obviously that song is about someone who self-harms. Yeah, that one was very, I don't know, to me seems pretty simple to kind of understand what he's talking about. The pleading for like the person not to hurt themselves anymore. Yeah, that's, oh yeah. Right, I'm gonna move on before I like start bawling. I feel like this is just a normal occurrence on this channel now. I'm always crying to some daggone song. I really hope this one doesn't make me cry. Ooh. They tricked me. They've been doing that a lot. I like it. I like that I can't pinpoint exactly what they're gonna do. But this synth, the synth thing, yeah. What? Ooh. Yeah. I hear the runs in the background. They're eating. Ugh. Okay, I think the last part is just instrumental because the lyrics are gone. No more lyrics. It didn't even feel like a minute. Like, what? This song, obviously Apparition, something that's not actually there. Like, it's kind of like a ghost or something like that, if you want to say. But it could be like, ooh, come on, tie it all together. So like ghost of the past type thing. They say like they only see them in their dreams pretty much. It could be like emotional scars, right? So losing this person and like only seeing them in their dreams. And the line that really stuck with me is just let me go or take me with you kind of thing. So it's like either like, you know, we can get back together and like try and like fix what we had, or like literally let me go, leave me alone, stop being here. I don't want to keep carrying like the baggage and the scars with me type of thing. Yeah, that's all I got for that one, but that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm excited for this next one because I want to know what it stands for.
Do you roll with the waves? Do you duck into deep blue safety?
They're really good at this. Like the mixing. Yeah, they're eating. Right. What happened to these men? Like, wait, is this like the perspective of looking at yourself in the mirror? Like not talking to another person, but looking at yourself in the mirror? Wait, because if it's like talking to yourself, this kind of hurts, yeah. Their songs are like really good. Like I wasn't expecting this much depth into the songs, I'm not gonna lie. The way that people kind of market them, especially like on TikTok, obviously it's not their actual marketing team, but they kind of, I don't know, they kind of thirst trap them a little bit, right? And it just doesn't seem like it's good marketing for them. Their songs talk about a lot more than just that. So I wish people knew more about like the actual ideas and, you know, different interpretations of their songs and things like that. Like I think that would be a lot more important for them as a group, rather than, you know, people be like, oh my gosh, please listen to them, and they're kind of like giving you a thirst trap type of thing. Like I'm very pleasantly surprised by everything that I've heard so far, you know? Anyways, the Do You Wish That You Loved Me song. Okay. At first I thought it was kind of like being like numb to feelings and things like that, because, you know, we just went through that whole entire like toxic relationship type of storyline. So the fact that I realized the perspective is actually looking at yourself in the mirror, when I realized that, I said, whoa. So the like not being able to smile and things like that, it's still with the feelings of being numb, but more it's like also like within yourself. Like you can't even look at yourself the same, you can't smile anymore. The like smile back at me, like the ending, like do you wish that you loved me, and it's like smile back, and that, ooh, chef's kiss really ate that down. But the could we ever release, being like, oh my gosh, like can we let go of this pain, this hurt, this sadness, the emotional scars that we're carrying with us? Yeah, bring it back from the last one. I'm so sorry, I probably look like a bad woman. But like bringing it, I don't know, it kind of feels like a full circle. Right, it feels like a full circle moment. Like you go through all of that in a relationship, and you know, all those feelings, the anger, the hurt, the sadness, all of it, but at the end of the day you have to like sit down and look at yourself in the mirror. And it could be like one of those things that's like, what's wrong with me kind of things, or it could be like this, where it's really hard to move on from it and you're like really numb and you don't understand like why you're looking at yourself and can't see you, you know? Well, that hurt. Is this like a self-love song? Ooh, yeah. Ugh. If you want to know, I have my little tablet over here. I'm writing my little, yeah. Weirdly enough, y'all, this is one of my top songs right now, actually. I'm about to be telling everybody about them. In the rain, cause rain down on me in the rain. Yeah. Okay, I feel like you can interpret this song many different ways. So at first I was like, oh, it's like a self-love song, which I think it still can be, kind of like asking yourself to kind of, let me get my thoughts together. Okay, so it can be like either he's asking himself, or like maybe it's a new person, whatever, but kind of to take away whatever like past stuff he's like bringing with him, right? So also like this line about the salt, hold on, let me get the exact and wash the salt from my hands. So I'm feeling like salt is like the metaphor for like whatever, like trauma. I think that's like all I really got, honestly. I don't know, maybe somebody else can interpret that a little bit better than I did. And I don't know, maybe you guys have a little bit more in, I don't know. Why can't I think? Why is my brain working? But I'm sure someone in the comments is probably gonna be like, oh, well, like think about it like this. Or they'll just tell me that I'm completely wrong and tell me exactly what it's actually meant to be. That happens a lot. It happens a lot. I love it though, because I do read all the comments. Second to last song, Take Me Back to Eden. We are at the title track, guys, the title track. Not the birds. I'm loving the guitar.
Dive through crystal waters. I spit blood when I wake up. Sing porcelain stain chocolate.
I'm never ready for when he starts rapping at me. Like, I'm never ready. Ooh, the mainframe went down, like going back to when he was saying that like he's a motherboard type of thing, right? I don't know. Funny enough, like I've been very quiet for this song, but I don't know, I'm thinking about the fact that I think this is like the official understanding of the breakup type of song. I'll explain when I'm done because I might change that, but just wanted to put that out there. Right. That's a word right there. That goes back to Chokehold, right? Yeah, the when we were made, it was no accident. This guitar is eating. Sorry, I've been so deep in thought, but like, yeah. I think that just became my favorite song actually. And I think it's just because of how I'm interpreting it that's like helping it be knocked up. Before we move on, time for me to explain what was going on through my head throughout the whole entire thing because I feel like I was pretty much silent almost the whole entire time. So when we started, I was like, oh, taking me back to Eden, like taking me back to the beginning. Yes, but I think it's more of like taking it back to like the innocence, because everybody knows like when it came to like Eden and things like that, you know, Adam and Eve, they were very innocent. Like they didn't know that they were unclothed and all that stuff. So I think it's kind of like take me back to like the innocence before he has to go through all of that trauma, right? That relationship took a number on him. And at the end, it feels like we're going back to that kind of like anger thing where it's like, I have traveled far beyond the path of reason. And it's just like, he's went through so much that now he's at the point where he's like, take me back to where I didn't even know you could feel like this kind of thing, right? The like winged insect to your funeral pyre, that's like moth to a flame kind of to me. But yeah, that's kind of how I was interpreting it. I felt like it was like a longer way of basically saying going back to the beginning so they can bask in like the innocence before basically the huge storm that they go through. Last song. I was not expecting it to start off like this. This is giving church. Or High School Musical, the musical, the series, which is a weird, I don't know why that was what I remembered. I feel like I've heard this snippet of this before. This feels very like, I don't even know. Who was I thinking of? Oh, that breakdown with the drums and the guitar kind of reminded me of like Paramore for some reason. This song feels very like nostalgic. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe it's because I've been watching Twilight, but this should have been in Twilight. It wasn't released to be a Twilight, but like, you know. I need this in a movie like now. Like it feels so coming of age, even though I know it's not technically supposed to be like coming of age, you know? Ooh. I really like that song too. I already know this is gonna be hard to rank. Okay, taking these bad boys out because they are starting to hurt my ears. Oh, right. Okay, this one, like I was saying, it feels very like nostalgic. It gives, I don't know, acceptance. Like at the end when he's like, but you will not be mine. So like, just like give me the night. It, in one sense, you could be like, they're like spending one last night together. But in my head, it's kind of coming across as kind of taking the night back for himself. Like the things that they used to do together, he's taking it back for himself and reminding himself that he loves those things even if another person isn't there. Like when, I think he was talking about like the leaves. Yeah. So like autumn, the autumn leaves, like obviously it's like a nice fall night type vibe, like sitting underneath the trees and stuff like that, taking it back and coming to terms with the fact that, you know, me and this person can't work, won't be together, but that doesn't mean that I kind of have to stay in the same like mindset that he was in before, like with the other songs, with all the trauma that he just carries around and things like that. But you know, coming back into himself and realizing he can take those things back. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so that was me reacting to Sleep Token for the first time. That was actually really good. Like, I'm so pleasantly surprised about this album, and by them, honestly, as artists, I'm like, what? Kind of taken aback. I wasn't expecting myself to basically enjoy almost every single song. Not even almost, I did enjoy every song, which is kind of unusual for me. Now, we all know one of them has to be at the bottom, okay? Don't shoot me, please. I do not re-listen and then make a different list, okay? I feel like I've never actually said that. I do the list off of like first listen through. I do not change it up afterwards unless it's like a really long album and I need to listen to it again because I can't remember what the songs sound like. Which is why I don't have that problem anymore. That's why I got my little thing on the side and I'm writing down my scores for the songs. So all I have to do is just, the only time that I listen to them again is if there's a tie. But speaking about rating them, here's the part that we dread. Okay, so that's the rating. Who knows what it looks like because, yeah, who knows what it looks like. Okay, well, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much, so much for watching. Don't forget, if you do like me here, you'll probably like me on my other channels, and they are linked in the description. I am so glad that I listened to this. Nobody requested it. Like, nobody requested it, but they came across my feed again, and I was like, oh, let's listen. And I thought this would be like a good little comeback type of video. To my surprise, they're also pretty good with like the lyrics. So that was nice to actually have to interpret songs and not just listen to something just because, which I feel like that's kind of how we built this little community. You know, we listen to understand exactly what's going on rather than just to listen. So this was a nice dive back in there. Anyways, once again, I was doing the outro and I started talking too much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. I already said it, but I'll say it again. Follow the other channels if you want to. Like, subscribe, hit the post notification so that you guys know when I post because it's going to be more consistent now. At least I'm going to try. And on top of being more consistent, like you can always know when I post it. You know what I mean? Right. Okay, guys. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!